Hello, hello. Welcome to our channel's weekly news update for the week of May 18th through May 24th. On the docket today, we're going to the plan is to talk about this week's YouTube videos, talk about the Discord vote, talk a little bit about Hero Infinite, and then give some very important updates on the future of the channel and big changes that may be coming. So let's just hop right into things and start off by thanking our wonderful Ko-fi supporters. Thank you to Candlecorn, with additional thank you to Destratos and Barbara, and double thank you to Atomic Squid at the double tier. Thank you, thank you. These wonderful people help the channel to, continue to exist in the state it does, and the more of you that support, the better the channel can be. More on that later. And now let's take a quick peek at this week's YouTube schedule. We got a lot of fun things. Daily episodes of Hitman, as voted by the Ko-fi people. Daily episodes of Fallout New Vegas, because I want to. Daily episodes of Death Stranding, as picked by the Discord supporters. Join the Discord down below. You can partake in the free vote. And any games you want to see me play, feel free to suggest, and they all get thrown onto the Discord vote, which we'll talk more about later. And then for bonus videos this week, we got Grounded with Doodlezar on Wednesday, 2 episodes of Borderlands with Doodlezar on Thursday, Shadow Space on Friday, and Hero Infinite on Saturday. To go into a little bit more detail on all this, with the Hitman stuff, we are currently deep in the elusive target content. Absolutely, not elusive target, the escalation missions. And I fucking love them. The escalations are a delight. Just the other day, I streamed one where it made me be a ninja and kill a bunch of people with ninja weapons. So fun. I love the ones that get experimental like that. New Vegas, at this point, we're really just running around, prepping for the Battle of Hoover Dam, going all over the shop, helping the cons, helping the Brotherhood, doing wild shit. Death Stranding, we have now beaten the game, and we are doing a little bit of post-game content and collecting collectibles because we're trying to buy time until the release of Death Stranding 2, because that's the game that most people have requested I play over on the Discord. The Grounded episode this week has me exploring the little pond in the backyard. And Thursday, the reason we have 2 episodes of Borderlands is there's an issue with OBS and it stopped recording Doodle's voice. And so there's an episode where partway through it, Doodle cuts out and stops being picked up. And for pretty much the entirety of that episode, we don't have Doodle's voice. And I don't realize until the end of the next episode. So I decided to just... I tried to find any way I could to recover the audio, and it just wasn't there. And so I just upload both those videos on one day. It has a, hey, I'm sorry, here you go. On Friday, we have Shadow Space Repercussions, where the players deal with the repercussions of what they've done. And this week's Hero Infinite is Leviathan's Causeway, where a number of the heroes explore the source of the giant monsters that have been attacking the city. With that out of the way, let's quickly talk a little bit about the Discord vote. So, join the Discord link down below. It is a shared Discord of me and my other content creating friends like Mizu, who's a fellow streamer and VTuber, Broditis, who does Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon content, Atomic Squid, who hasn't updated in a while, and my friend Doodlezar, who's an artist. And Books and Smiles, who also is trying to stream sporadically. All wonderful people, all of whom have guest starred on my channel in various ways. Check out their content, check out my content, join the Discord, vote on what you want to see me play, because this vote determines what was played after Death Stranding, and the reason we're filibustering Death Stranding is because... Ooh, hit the wrong button, hang on, is because... Oh wait, sorry, before we get to that, I always forget that I add this in. 2 new contenders have been added to the Discord vote. Excuse me, frozen saliva. Happy Game and Dead Island Definitive Edition. You know, if you want to see me play those games, head over to the vote for them. If you're ever having trouble finding something, you can just hit Control F and type in the name of the game that you want to see me play to see if it's already there and vote for it if it's there. But yeah, these have been added in. And the reason we're filibustering Death Stranding, though, is because in first with 10 votes is Death Stranding 2. because it only comes out next month, I don't want to start a different playthrough, and because I know I won't finish the game in time for this to be out, and since this is the game more people are requesting, I'm just biding time for its release since it's right around the corner. And we're going to be playing it pretty much as soon as it comes out once I get a hold of it. That being said, if the thing in second place beats it out, meaning gets to 11 votes, we'll play that instead. So right now in second with 9 votes is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I was looking at my notes of my channel, and it was about a year ago. Like, we just recently passed the line where it was a year ago that we beat Paper Mario. And so I'm excited to be hopping into this game, you know? But in third with 8 votes is Halo 3 ODST. I've been chopping my way through the Halo series, and I'm excited to hop right into the next game with this one. In fourth place with 7 votes is a tie between South Park: The Stick of Truth and Super Hot. If I had to pick one, I'd do Super Hot because I know it's a shorter game. I'd be able to beat it faster and hop right to Stick of Truth. In fifth with 6 votes is a tie between all of these games: Alien Isolation, Cursed Halo, Halo 2 Uncut, Dying Light, Oxenfree, Titanfall 2, The Witcher, Amnesia Dark Descent, Just Cause, Lion Song, Watch Dogs, and V Rising. If you're wondering why... Oh yeah, and this is a note. You can request mods of games or challenge runs as well, and they'll get added to the poll. There's already a bunch of challenge runs and modded versions of things there. But if you're wondering why Titanfall 2 is on here but not Titanfall 1, even though I've never played Titanfall 1 on the channel, Titanfall 1 doesn't have a story mode. It was an only online game, only online competitive. I like to focus my attention primarily on plot-driven games or games with a definitive, like, here is the goal, like puzzle gamey type things or story-driven. So I'm not really going to touch Titanfall 1, maybe as a bonus video alongside Titanfall 2 if I can get Titanfall 1. I don't know if the servers are even still up, but I might play some of that a little bit as a bonus video, but yeah. If I had to pick something from here I would play, it'd probably be Watch Dogs, because I love the Watch Dogs franchise. But that's the vote discussed. Now we're going to quickly talk a little bit about Hero Infinite. Here is the update on the view order guide. So as a reminder, Hero Infinite is my tabletop role-playing game about superheroes that I play with my friends, and it has currently, I believe, 10 players in it. Different players show up every week. So what happens week to week is wildly different depending on who I'm able to get a hold of. Because we have such a variety of players and characters, and we have so many concurrent plot lines going. Because of that, I know that some of you may not want to watch every single episode. And so I've created this to sort of help all of you, you know, understand where the narrative is going and follow the plot of things. So this is to show you what you would need to watch in order to be able to watch any given episode as it releases. Episode 0 is a generic introduction to the setting that you can choose to skip. Episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8 don't require any prior context. You can hop into all of them completely blind and understand what's going on without too much issue. Though I will say episodes 2 and 8, the reason there's a chain between them is because they complement each other very well. Episodes 2 and 5, I mean. While you don't need to watch them back to back, watching them close together, you might notice some fun little connections they have. Episode 6 requires you've seen episodes 5 and 1, because the characters introduced in 5 and 1 appear in that one. So you could watch episode 6 without watching 5 and 1, you just won't have the background on who the two of the heroes showing up are. Episode 7 contains a character introduced in episode 6, as well as the characters introduced in 3 and 4. And the reason there's a yellow box around 7 and 9 is because those episodes tell one big narrative between the two of them. Episode 9 requires you've seen episodes 7 and 8, because it's a continuation of what happened in episode 7, and the character introduced in episode 8 appears in episode 9. Am I making sense? Episode 10 picks up sort of following the repercussions of what happened in the 7-9 plot line. So I highly recommend you watch it there. It also contains a bunch of characters who showed up in the previous hinging episodes, so without watching them you might be confused. Episode 11 requires you've seen episode 10 on technicality, because it very lightly references the events of 10. That being said, you could hop into episode 11 completely blind and be totally fine. Episode 12 contains the character introduced in episode 2 and continues off the events of episode 10 fairly closely. So because of that, I highly recommend you've watched both of those to understand what's going on in it. I just realized my mouse is on screen. Episode 13 picks up shortly after 12 and contains the character introduced in 11, so it's worth watching those. 14 is a direct continuation of 13's plot, and 15 directly picks up from 14, so all three of those tell one big connected plot together. Like, not hugely connected, but they're one run-through. So, yeah. View order guide. Some other fun trivia I will say is that episodes, the whole column at the start of episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8 all take place within the same 48-hour time period of each other, so that's fun. And episodes 10, 12, 13, 14, and 15 take place all within the same day. So that's fun. Where episode 11 takes place timeline-wise, it's ambiguous. But yeah, fun things. Fun things. Yeah, I've just started doing these to help give people a jumping off point to understand how to get into the series, and understand that, you know, you don't need to watch every single episode to follow the plot. With that done, I now want to take a quick moment to talk about the future of the channel, and with that, I'm going to quickly just float the supporters on screen, because these supporters hugely influence the future of the channel, not just in that they get to pick what games I play, but in things like what I'm about to be discussing. I recently got a second job. I'm currently working 2 jobs because it's what I need to do to be able to pay rent and make a living. Because of that, I am able to stream less often, and because I'm able to stream less often, I'm able to record less often and get less videos out. And so, because of that, in a couple of weeks, there will be, before it was there might be changes to the channel, that's what I was saying last week, now I'm saying there will be changes to the channel. I'm trying to start light, so to speak, and meaning that I don't want to cut any series happening on the channel if I can avoid it. But what I've decided is best for me to do is in the coming weeks, Fallout New Vegas will move from a daily series to a once-a-week series. This will buy me a lot more time to record and stream other things, and really it's just I don't have time to record and stream in general. But like this change is one that's coming out of necessity in order to, you know, keep all the series we have going on still going on. It's not ideal, but it's what has to happen. And, you know, a way you could help to make that happen more, or bring back New Vegas as a major series. One, you could just go and, like, request it on the Discord and vote for it. But you could also become a Ko-fi supporter. Ko-fi supporters, of course, get to help pick one of the games I play, but on top of that, I've got a couple of milestones for the channel. And milestone 1 is $1,000 in monthly donations, which I know is a far off beat. Right now we're only making like 20-something dollars, like $21 pre-tax. So like I know it's a big stretch, but it's someone that has to be, because if I can make $1,000 a month, I can quit my second job. And I can go back to working just one job, because I have 2 jobs right now. One that is my old one, which gave me like 1 to 2 shifts a week, which is not enough to pay rent. And my new one, which is much more demanding and taking up a lot more of my time. And so if I'm able to get enough donations, I would feel comfortable quitting my more demanding job. And that would allow me to stream more frequently for all of you. And, you know, have an increase in content and all of that. it would just help the channel a lot, because I don't know how much more damage the channel's gonna take from this new job. You know, time will tell. But if you can all get me to the point where I can leave that job, you know, then we won't have to deal with that. Additionally, if we hit the $2,000 mark, I will be able to quit both of my jobs and do this full time. And if we do that, I will immediately thank all of you with another playthrough beginning on to like by starting an additional playthrough on the channel. But yeah, that's all of that. That's the main thing I was wanting to discuss. And that's it for this week's weekly news update, I suppose. I feel bad having to cut a series, but it's just, I literally don't have time to record. I was really hoping it wouldn't be the case, but it is. Yeah, hope you've all enjoyed this week's weekly news update. Love all you very, very much, and ta-ta for now.